I didn't know what to expect because the only picture I saw of him looked like a high school picture with frizzy hair. You know, he just looked like an innocent kid. And then there was one other shot where you really couldn't tell. He just looked like any guy. So I was kind of unprepared for the way he looked when he came in. I don't know if he shaved his head the way it is or if that was done for him after he was arrested, but he looked like an alien. It's a sad business, but I kind of have to detach myself and do the best I can. When I first get to the courtroom, I have to get an overall scene set before anything happens. I like to try and get there early enough to do that, to kind of set the scene up, the room and the state seal and the flags or whatever happens to be in there. And so in the meantime, I'll draw the judge. So that's part of the scene. And then when the defendant comes in, then I'll flip to a new page and try to get just that person and another one of just him and his attorney. And if there's anything interesting going on, but I start with a regular lead pencil, sketch everything in, so that I can erase any mistakes I might be making along the way. And then when I've got what I want, I color it in. As I'm coloring it in, I'll erase out the pencil lines so that it just gets taken over by the Prismacolor and you don't see any of the underlying pencil lines. With Jared Loughner, well, number one, likeness. But I was in there before he came in, so I got a little bit of the scene set, and I left a blank space for him to fill. And I got kind of a chill when I saw him come in, because he had that bruise right over this corner of his eye, which was kind of strange looking to begin with. The first thing I like to do is get the eyes, and because that's where most of the expression and most of the likeness is going to come from is the eyes, and they tell you a lot. And I couldn't find his eyes because they were kind of shadowed by that bruise, and also he seemed to have kind of an intense frown every once in a while where his eyes would just disappear under his brow. And so I would stop drawing, which is not a good thing to do because you don't have much time. But I stopped drawing to see, okay, where are his eyes? And then they would dart. They would dart to the bottom left, and I'd go, oh, there's an eye, you know. And then it would just kind of disappear back up into that shadow under his brow and just look sort of otherworldly. So that was kind of I felt like I had to muster some sort of inner, not get too freaked out, and just to try to get everything down on his face. I was wondering if he's, hard. It's hard to put into words how I felt about his demeanor. He was very robotic and intense, and you're wondering, okay, this is a guy that just shot 6 people, and he's smiling, and what does that say? What does that tell you? It says he's not, he's not an understatement. He's not a nice guy. But is he going to do something in the courtroom? Well, he's shackled, so he can't. But is he going to outburst or anything like that? But he didn't. And so you just never know what you're going to get.